Hello everyone, Fru here. Welcome to today's presentation. Today we are going to look at this topic. Line numbers do not appear in Talend code view. And so Talend is a code generator. You use Talend to generate code, Java code for that matter. And there might be an issue where in the editor you might want to look at the code. Typically we're not editing the code, but if you want to look at that code, you might experience that the line numbers are not showing up. And if you have a huge workflow that generates a lot of code, it might make it a little bit tricky to maybe know where exactly in the code something is happening. So that said, we're going to go into Studio. And if you're facing this scenario where you don't see line numbers in your code, would present a very simple way to resolve that from the GUI. That said, let's dive into Studio. Now, this is a Studio environment that we have. Very straightforward, very simple and trivial job. Everything is graphical, is visually using components and connectors in Studio. So the job just run. But we might go into an issue where I want to look at the code behind this. I want to look at the generated Java code behind this. So to do that, I simply go to code view. So instead of designer, I'm clicking on the code view. And so here you can see the code that gets generated. All right. Now we cannot edit this code, and I believe I've covered that in a previous video. This code cannot be edited, but maybe for communication purposes, we might want to identify a specific line of this code. Let's say I'm keeping an eye on compare, and I have to come back, all right, without knowing where that line is. It's a little bit hard to keep track of that. And the way we resolve this is it's just a UI issue. We want to go to Windows, Preferences. All right, under preferences, let's go back, close everything. We want to go to general, the very first one. All right, and then we look for editors. Okay, and then just click on that editor. All right, and so once we click on that and expand, we'll see text editor right below that. All right, and if we expand text editor and click on that, so click on not the things below, but the text editor itself. So once we click on that, we can see a couple of options here to edit and to customize the text editor for us. What I want to do here is show line numbers. So we want to make sure that box is selected, show line numbers. All right, there are other selectors or other configurations that you might want to choose. You might change the colors, change a lot of appearance, but for this case, we need to show line numbers. So let's go ahead, apply and close that. And then voila, there we have it. I can now see my line numbers in my code. All right, and if I go back to designer, and I come back to my code, I can see the line numbers. And if I was to pinpoint a particular location, I can now associate that to a particular line numbers. All right, guys. So there you have it. Line numbers not showing up or do not appear in Talend Studio. So what we've seen in this presentation today is how to go into the text editor and to quickly configure that property so that line numbers show. Thanks for watching. Fru here. I will see you in the next video.